Moved into a new neighborhood about a year ago with my girlfriend. I am pretty introverted and tend to keep to myself. It's not like the days before the internet when everyone talked to their neighbors constantly. 35M. Neighbor 1. While moving into the house, she, late 40s, early 50s single mom, stood in her front yard and just stared at my dad and I. It was so bizarre. He's friendlier than me and tried to make small talk and I waved, but she didn't respond at all. Fast forward. Her and I did not talk for about 10 months until one day I was putting in a new parking space. I got tired of the single-lane driveway, so just put an extra spot in. I did it nicely too and even lined it with timber. Just listening to music and tamping things down when she finally came out and stared at me again. I said hi. After about 10 minutes of it. "What are you doing with that sod?" she asked. "I'm starting a garden, so I'll compost it," I responded. She then proceeded to ignore what I said and tell me she has some low spots in her yard and directed me where to put it for her. I kept it to myself, but this made me furious. The audacity. I just responded, "I'll let you know if I have any left afterwards," and never talked to her again. Now she will stand at her side of the fence and stare at me in my yard. Neighbor 2 kept giving me the newspaper for free. I don't really want it but didn't want to offend him and figured I could just compost it anyway. I learned that this neighbor does nice things for a lot of people on the block, so he can get things from them. For instance, he takes care of one of the neighbor's house's snow, so he can use their garage for storage. Our first snowy day, he asked to use my snowblower. It was brand new and I didn't know how to use it yet, so I told him I needed some time. He wanted to use it for his driveway and 3 other people's driveways, which seemed like a big ask, but I didn't care and just asked him to come by later when I've watched a couple videos and figured it out. He never came back and instead had a guy plow it with a truck. I said, well, okay then. But then he stopped waving to me and stopped giving me newspaper. He will literally go back in his house to avoid saying hi if he sees me walking my dog. It's not an issue, but it's like, okay, 2 neighbors hate me. Am I doing something wrong here? Was I supposed to bring the snow blower over to his house and knock on his door with it? Neighbor 3. She was very nice when we moved in. A little too nice, really. She brought out a huge box of dog treats and waved us over while on a dog walk one day. Then she asked us 100, increasingly intrusive, questions while giving my dog a treat every minute or so. Where'd we move from? Where do we work? Names. Even asked if we planned to have kids. I wanted to tell her to stop giving my dog treats but didn't want to be rude. The whole time she had a seemingly aggressive dog barking from the garage. It's worth mentioning that my dog is very well trained. She is actually off-leash certified for our state and could easily walk her around the neighborhood off-leash with no issues, but we don't. Some people don't like dogs and get nervous and I totally it. She does not chase animals. Unfortunately, a while back she got attacked by another dog at the dog park. Now she can be a little unpredictable if she gets cornered by other dogs. It's not a very common thing, but I stay aware of it. Anyway, the lady actually works at the local grocery store and whenever we see her she waves and says hi. Same when we're out and about walking the dog. Well, about a month or so ago while walking my dog, she accidentally opened the door and I learned that she actually has 2 large dogs cooped up in her garage when they came charging towards me and my 35-pound dog. She let out these half-assed, "Oh, hey, come back," and I started yelling, "Please get your dogs, please get your dogs." They ran right up to my leash dog, and she started growling and backing up, but they got right in her space and she tried to bite one of them but missed. Then they both finally ran back to their owner. Finally, the owner just had them come back in the garage and close the door with her and the dogs inside. No apology, nothing. I didn't say anything but was fuming. My dog was traumatized again. She ran home immediately and has been scared to walk ever since. I have to carry a pocket full of treats and ease her just to walk a few houses down before she realizes and pulls me all the way home. The kicker? She doesn't say hi to us or wave anymore. One night my dog was sniffing her mailbox and she turned the outside light on and came out just to stare at me. I waved but no response, just staring back. I seriously don't get it. What am I doing wrong here? Neighbor 4. This happened last week. I was in the military a while back and worked night shift. We were required to wear these reflector belts. You can probably Google image if you're curious. I spent 8 years in the military and never once had a close call. They are very reflective. Never almost hit by a car, a truck, an airplane, nothing. Mind you, this was worn over camouflage. I wear this belt like a sash when I walk my dog at night. Neighbor 4 was pulling into his driveway and quite nearly almost hit me. No blinker, And even after he saw us, he didn't stop and wait, he still pulled into the driveway. It was a seriously stupid move, but I bit my tongue. I had a lot I wanted to say, but I didn't want to be confrontational. Enough of my neighbors hate me already. But then he got out of his truck and said, "I couldn't see you 'cause you're wearing all black," and it set me off. I stopped and said, "You didn't see the reflector belt?" To which he responded, "You're wearing all black." I was wearing a blue sweater and khakis, but it's dark, so everything looks black. My dog's harness has a reflective outline as well. I am, but you didn't see the reflector belt? I repeated. "Well, yeah, but under that you're wearing all black," he said. I really wanted to get into it. This guy could have killed or seriously injured me if I was just a few feet further in the walk. But yet again I bit my tongue. On the tip of my tongue was, "It was also hard to tell you were going to turn since it seems like your blinker doesn't work," but I just said, "Oh, I see," to his all-black comment, and I continued the walk. Yet another sour interaction. Ugh. It's worth pointing out I do have good relationships with some of my neighbors. We still wave at every car in the neighborhood whether we can tell who it is or not. And one of my neighbors will actually come out of his house and help me with things if he ever sees me working on something. There's another dog walker my dog likes to play with when we see them too. I'm just constantly thinking of that saying, if everyone around you is an asshole, maybe you are the asshole, and wondering what I'm doing wrong to make so many of my neighbors hate me.